Hi, I'm Terry and this is Blanche, my 2010 Ford Transit Connect micro camper. This winter I decided to head north into Scotland to experience winter van life. Join me for hiking, exploring and just getting outside in nature. Well, the first night in the van was very cold, but I genuinely don't mind when I have views like this to look at. This is just epic. I love it so much, even if Blanche is very frozen. Well, I spent the first day in Scotland in Edinburgh, but as I only had 3 hours for parking, I didn't pick up the camera and instead just powered through and went to a load of galleries, which I definitely recommend doing because most of them are free. However, I did pick the camera up again when I went to Cramond Island. This place is just pure magic. It's about half an hour's drive north of Edinburgh. There's a car park which is right beside the causeway to get across. You can only cross at low tide, so just be aware of the tide times. But yeah, it's such a cool place to go to, and I had no expectations because I had never heard of it before. I just found the park up space on Park for Night and then went exploring in the morning. It was a cold, windy, wet day, but none of that took away from the magic of the place. You access it across this long path, and the island itself is about a third of a mile, 19 acres I think. I think because it was such a cold day, it meant that I had the place pretty much to myself. I think I passed maybe 3 people walking their dogs, and there's something quite beautiful about getting to explore when you're the only person around. So there's lots of these little like muddy paths to get around this island, but it's quite cool because it normally opens up to a rather wonderful view. Okay, so I love these type of things, but they also scare me a little bit, but there's an entrance, so I kind of have to go and have a look. Yeah, that'll do. I think I'll stick to the great outdoors. I started getting a bit braver and started exploring more of these concrete structures. They are incredibly cool, like there's so much graffiti inside of them, and they also have like these little peepholes where you get the most magnificent views. I did end up doing a bit of research, and it turns out that they're a leftover from World War II. Even the big concrete structures that were on the causeway going across were there to stop like small surface craft or U-boats like passing south across the island at high tide. But yeah, I just thought they were like really interesting. Oh my gosh, so I'm not sure if you'll be able to hear us because it's quite windy, but this place is so freaking cool. Like, if you're beside Edinburgh, like, you have to come here. You can spend just a couple of hours wandering around. There's plenty of paths. There's loads of these like concrete buildings that have been graffitied. It's just like really interesting little things to see. It's just really freaking cool. Like, so pleased I decided to explore this morning. But I'm also very aware that I don't know what time it's going to go back to high tide. I think we've already reached low tide peak, so I'm
going to start heading back towards the van I think now. Yeah, wrap up. If you're coming here, it's very windy, very cold, at least it is in February. But yeah, I definitely recommend it. So freaking cool.
I spent a couple of hours on the island and then headed back to the van, ready to plan out the next part of the adventure, and have a much needed cup of tea.
Hey, so I've come to a place called Tay Forest. We're out for a bit of a walk, but it's uphill, so I'm a bit breathy. Maybe having a double explore in one day is not the best idea.
But it is really beautiful.
So it turned out the path that I was on was actually closed, and I got like quite far along it before I realised that I really shouldn't be there, so I had to turn back around. I was starting to panic, thinking that because I had to because I had to go back on myself, I might have ended up being a bit late for getting back and it might have been dark, but it's alright. And there's Blanche sitting waiting for me. So I'm obviously back in Blanche now. Today has been so tiring. I am absolutely exhausted. Yeah, I've just like made a very rubbish dinner of tin spaghetti and some like kind of toast. But I'm actually beat, and it's only like 5:30, and I'm ready for bed. But yeah, I think I'm just gonna snuggle up with my hot water bottle. Just very nice. Morning. So I'm heading off to the to Prince Albert's Memorial today, which is also known as the Scotland Pyramid, which I'm very excited about. Yeah, I think ever since I first saw that it existed, I had to come and see. So, but before we go, I thought I'd show you where I've parked. So there's Blanche, and check this out. Just like the best view of the mountains. And if we just head down here, and get a proper look at my neighbours. I'm not sure if I should be worried by the fact that they're all staring, but they're cute. Oh, I'm upside down on the screen. Right, so yeah, I've packed up the back of the van, so I just need to sort out the front, and I'm hoping that there's a little car park before I get to the Balmoral one, because that one's like £5 to park all day, which is fine if I have to, but I'd rather just park at the side and walk up. But I'm excited to see this. Yes! So far I'm the only one in the car park, so it'll be quite interesting seeing how much it fills out by the time I get back. So it says to go over this bridge and then bear left, and we should hopefully see some signs. So I've crossed the bridge and turned left, and it says 800 metres up here and then turn right at the sign for the distillery. So I've hit the sign. Now it's uphill for 100 metres and then turn right over a small bridge. It's just a short walk up the bridge, but there's a sign there. And this must be the bridge. And it looks like it should be signposted from here. Of the trail. It's past these little houses. And we should find a sign for a footpath. And just like that, the sign appears and the path. So most of the walk's been uphill so far, and it's about to go uphill again. I just want to take a moment to look around. It's just so pretty. Oh. I think that if you're going to get a memorial built, this is definitely the place to have it done. Like, this is just beautiful. Okay, so that was very much uphill that bit, but I think I've just got my first glimpse of the pyramid. So we made it. Wow, it is pretty cool. It's not huge, but it's big enough, if that makes sense. Yeah, I think like a lot of the time when you see these type of things on photographs and in videos, they always look massive, and then you like, meh, is that it? Whereas this time it's like, oh wow, actually no, it's a pretty good size. It's been quite a nice walk as well. I've been the only one up here apart from one trail runner, and she just like touched base and then went. Yeah, I'm just in awe of it, the whole scenery up here, just the view. It's just cool. So in terms of practical information, it takes about half an hour to get here from Balmoral car park. It's not signposted from the car park, but you head towards the distillery, and then there's a sign just before the bridge to get into a little village, and then it's signposted from there. The first 10 minutes or so of the walk is pretty flat, and then it's just all uphill, but it's definitely worth it. yeah, I could imagine the path would be quite muddy certain times if it's been raining, but today it's been quite dry, so it's been okay. And yeah, that's about it really. So I've seen the pyramid, it was amazing, and the path carries on past the pyramid, so I'm just going to go and explore and see what else is here, because it's just a beautiful area anyway. If you are coming up this way, like, it's worth it just for the scenery. And God, that view from beside there, you can totally see why Queen Victoria decided to build it there, because oh God, the view is just beautiful. So yeah, I'm going to carry on exploring and see what else we can find on this trail.
After I left the pyramid, I carried on down through the woods, and when I got to the bottom of the path there was a fork in the road, so I turned left and just had these magnificent views. It was just incredibly beautiful. I just carried on walking for, I think I'd been walking for about half an hour by this point, and I just taken it all in. Just beautiful place to be.
So it turns out that the little walk around the woods beside Prince Albert's pyramid, yeah, like I thought it was just going to be through the woodlands and stuff, but it's actually turning out to be a bit of an epic hike. I just got my phone so you can see. So this is where I parked, and here's the pyramid memorial, and then this is where I am now. So I kind of hiked a bit further than I thought I was going to, but I think rather than just going back, I might as well embrace it. So I'm going to take this path all the way around and then back up to get back to the car park. Yeah, so I'm not massively prepared for doing a long hike, but I've got plenty of layers on. I've got my hiking boots on, I've got water and a couple of snacks, so it should be fine. At the end of the day, I came to Scotland for an adventure, so I might as well have an adventure.
The trail I followed ended up being about a 12-mile hike, and for all I was unprepared for it and wasn't expecting to do it, it was probably one of the most magical experiences. It's just an absolutely stunning place to go adventuring. You've got these like beautiful like vistas and just these ancient forests that you're surrounded by. You've got the 5 of the highest morrows like just around. Oh, it's just so beautiful. So if you're going to see the pyramid, I would definitely recommend that you just explore the area too. Absolutely wonderful.
Hey, so I've drove across to Loch Castle, and the idea was I was going to paddleboard out to it because it's on this little island within the middle of the loch. However, it's quite windy today, and there's only like one parking space close to where the castle is, and there's already a van there. So if I was to go from where I am now, it's probably like, I don't know, maybe it's like 300 metres going against the wind on a choppy loch, and I don't really much fancy that. I mean, the castle itself looks really pretty, so it's worth it, like, just to see the castle, I guess. But yeah, so like this is a bit of a fail, which is a shame because I was really looking forward to paddleboarding to the castle. But the joy of being in the Scottish Highlands is that you're never too far away from something magnificent, so I think I'll just head in that general direction and see where I stop. Okay, so I'm going to get to the castle paddleboarding, so I've come to probably the most Loch Ness. It is beautiful, this one. It's also the biggest saltwater loch. It's just incredibly vast. Just gonna have a little walk around here, I think. Been another gorgeous day. I might not have been able to paddleboard at the loch and see the castle, but I did go to Loch Ness and paddle with my feet in the water, and then yeah, I just had a lovely drive here, and it is absolutely stunning. It's a little like disused road, so there's no through traffic, and I've got here just as the sun's setting. Yeah, it's just absolutely beautiful. I think I'm gonna have myself a hot drink and then just watch the last of the sun. I think this is probably going to be where I end this video, and then tomorrow head deeper into the northwest of the Highlands. So yeah, thank you for joining me on this journey, and hopefully you'll tune into the next episode. Bye.